Hey everybody, happy Thursday to you, and thanks for joining me for the Draw Along Show, second show of the week. If you missed yesterday's show, you can always watch it back on YouTube or Behance, okay? So if you want to join in the chat live and talk to me, remember to can chat with me about an animal doing something funny or weird. Be creative, I know that. We have Fabio and Misty and Cryo. Cryo, am I saying that correctly? And who else do I see there? Buffering, he says. Oh, buffering back. All right, let's see if that made any difference. My YouTube connection says that things are just as smooth as can be. So back to the show. If you've never done the Draw Along Show before, please know that this is a show for all ages and all, okay? And that we're going to follow it up today with one of my favorite books, with, of course, drawing, or they have something to do with just beautiful artwork as author and artist. We'll finish with the animal and activity game where you suggest, and that will be it. All right, so I hope you're all doing well out there and getting chilly over here. You know, a lot of my friends are entrepreneurs, like resort business. You know, I told them that's kind of, I guess it's time. Today's drawing, we are going to do something seasonal. And what I love about this drawing is, like yesterday's drawing, this is one of my extra detail that you wouldn't need and things like that. So I'm excited about this because today's drawing, a straight line, a zigzag, or a curvilinear line for the Draw Along Show. All right, now I'm getting a lot of comments today that there's really bad our YouTube here. And let's see if this is going to make a difference. Don't know what to tell you. I hate it when this happens because it's really kind of out of my control. I see now that YouTube is giving me a less exciting connection than before. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I can check with my team here and see if they have any suggestions. I hate for when I'm doing the show for you not to be able to see what I'm doing or hear what I'm talking about. So bear with me here for just a second. I love having the Adobe Live team always ready to chit chat. And we'll see what they say. I'll tell them we have bad buffering. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to just carry on because I do want to draw with you all. So let's do it. Here we go. We are going to start with, as we often do, a straight line. That's what we did yesterday. It might be familiar for a lot of you to see that happen right there. Look at the length of that line, okay? And then I want you to draw a line that is slightly shorter coming down this way, about like that, okay? So look, it's not as long, maybe half the length or slightly longer than that. If you draw it a little shorter or a little longer, it's not going to matter. Don't worry about it. You're still going to get a good result with this drawing, okay? Same thing on this side. As often, we have lots of symmetry going on with this drawing. I'm going to make a little dot for myself right here, the center of everything, slightly below where these two lines ended up. And then I'm just going to draw to connect, like that. There you go. Now, on the left side, I want to take this line and I want to double it in length more or less, okay? So here it goes, up to about there. Might be slightly shorter than that first one, and that's totally fine. Now here, I'm not going to do the same. So here's where our symmetry breaks, okay? I'm actually going to angle it up this way. It's going to go slightly higher than that line. Check it out. We're going to go up like so and stop about there. So we've angled up and to the left. Now I'm going to cut off this line by starting from here and drawing across. Check it out. Here we go, right to about there. If it's a little longer or a little shorter, that is fine. Doesn't matter one bit. And then we just draw straight back to there. And that is the beginning of our drawing. Pretty simple. Now over here on the left, I want you to estimate you're coming down about a third from the top of that line we drew earlier to the bottom. Okay, so about here. And you're going to draw slightly up and out like this. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, there you go. Now here comes one of our lovely curves, okay? We're going to curve down and we're going to connect right there. Curve down and connect. Ta-da! Same on this side, curve down and connect. Okay. Now from this line, this is the very first line we drew. We're going to, in the middle of it, draw a little rectangle. Watch this. We're going to come down and across and up. Look how narrow that rectangle is, okay? Very narrow. Now right about here, okay, in the center, I would say, of this section, I'm going to pop across to about here and just do a little dot, bounce over to the other side, and do the same thing. Look at that. And just under here, okay, remember this angle we drew right here? We're going to do the same angle starting from underneath this dot, okay, and slightly in. We just go down right to the center there and up. That's a little zigzag for you. Okay, excellent. Now, from here, we're going to scoop up and do it again. Scoop up and do it again. There you go. And look what we've done. We've drawn a little elf, just like that, little elf face. Now for the rest of the elf, this is going to be fun. We're going to do a good job here because this is a simple thing to do. Not the same angle as this if you were to mirror it. It's going to be slightly more severe, so check it out. 1 and a 2, all right? And we repeat 3 and a 4. Now take a look at that for a second, okay? And like so, all right? Wonderful. Now just above this line, I want you to draw another one, okay? Everybody following along? Yeah, Bruce, it's an elf. You are darn right. Here, we're going to do a little circle. Watch, we're going to come down and circle around. Nice curvilinear line. Okay, same over here. Alrighty, beautiful. Very, very nice. Okay. Now we go back out. Out we go. 1 and 2. And we close that off. See that? 1, 2, close it off. Remember this line right here? Imagine it passes right behind this belt we've just drawn. Whoops, there you go. We've done in the drawing. All right, keep that in mind. So make it longer than this, make it longer than that. That's the longest line we've done. And we're going to draw straight down next to it and just close it off like that. Down next to it, and we close it off like so. And the last little thing we do is we go 1, 2. And look at that. We've got a little elf just chilling out. I just made a mistake. I just noticed something. Shame on me. You know, I was trying to rush a little bit because of those technical difficulties we had earlier. If you did what I did there, don't worry. Your drawing's still going to look fine. I meant to have these come all the way down here. My mistake. Those arms are supposed to come back in a more natural way behind the back. Okay? My mistake. Apologies for that. Hope you'll forgive me. Okay, there is our little elf. And hopefully you all were able to follow along with that. And hopefully those little buffering problems stopped when I started the drawing part of the show. Let's hope that's the case. We're going to move on to favorite books. I don't do this very often, but when I do, I'm really excited because I have such cool books to share with you guys. And today's book is Chiri and Chira. And I'm going to zoom in on this so you can really see the gorgeous cover art. Let's hide our little elf for a second. Now, this artist and author, Kaya Doi, I hope I'm saying that right, Doi or Doi, Kaya Doi, I don't know if anybody out there has some pronunciation help for me, please let me know. This is one of my favorite artists. I found her books in the Kuniya bookstore in San Francisco. There were 3 of them. I wanted to buy all of them, but I only bought 1 because I'm not made of money. But oh my goodness, I look at this book all the time. It's all colored pencil and it's just gorgeous. Such beautiful artwork. And I'm going to show you the book here. Let's see. All right, now starting, look at these end papers. It's so beautiful. You get to see this little map that kind of maps out their whole journey in the book. I love it. It's kind of giving you a preview of where they're going to be going in the book. And in this one, what they do is they go into the forest. Look at this gorgeous spread for the title page. Showing you this is the technique that Kaya uses, which I've never seen elsewhere, and I'm sure it exists. But just this idea of singling out a lot of shapes and using the white of the paper to help isolate those shapes is such a cool technique. So I want you to look at this next piece. And you'll see that she will draw an object like a tree and maybe a group of flowers, and then she'll leave the white of the paper like they're separated from one each other and it's not a unified drawing. I can't really explain it, but just look at that. That is such an interesting way to draw. And I'll find another lovely. The bear, if you'll notice, the way that she uses, instead of line to show us the arms of the bear and the legs of the bear, she just leaves the white of the paper to do that job. So most of what she draws is just coloring with the colored pencils, coloring in these shapes, and then letting the paper be sort of like the line work, okay? Same thing with the raccoon. Check this out. And play around with colored pencils. You can give this a try yourself, okay? So this whole book is filled with gorgeous art, some spot illustrations, sometimes a full page. It's always different, and it's always got this gorgeous colored pencil work where she does a lot of layering. You can see sometimes where she mixes colors to create other colors rather than simply picking a solid color from the colored pencil box and using that to get the color she wants. Instead, she'll mix the colors like a painter would. Really interesting way to work and beautiful results. So again, this book is called Cheery and Cheera. Also, I assume I'm saying that correctly, but not totally sure. And I really highly recommend it. And there were 3 books the last time I checked. They're beautiful, and I think you should pick them up. That's what I think. Okay, there's our alarm for Appreciation Station. Today we are appreciating our friend Cryo. I hope I'm saying that name correctly. Cryo from Ireland. And remember that time that we found Santa stuck in the snow up in Finland? This is a long time ago. And what had happened was Rudolph's nose had gone out because he had a really bad cold. And so they crashed in a little snowy hill there. Well, you always travel with your homemade remedy for colds, okay? It's amazing. You mix together some, honey, tree bark, turmeric, ginger, red pepper, and a little lemon juice, I believe. And you had that, and you pulled it out. You had a little flask. And Rudolph downed the whole thing, and suddenly he perked right up. His nose was as bright as ever, and off they flew, and everything was fine. So I want to thank you for always being prepared for anything, and also for your amazing home remedies for things like a common cold. You're really something. Thank you. We appreciate you, and thanks for watching the Draw Along show. Alrighty, now it is time for the animal and activity game, which means you have to be creative, which I know is no problem, like I said at the top of the show. Things we've drawn in the past. Let's check it out. We've drawn a surfing monkey. We've drawn a bat singing opera, a alligator on a pogo stick. How about Frankenstein's monster carrying a present? How about that? Yesterday, we drew a reindeer throwing a horseshoe. It's always something different. So put your suggestions for what this animal is doing, okay? Or monster if you like, something like that, some fantastical creature, a dinosaur, doesn't matter. Put that please in the chat over here at be.net/Adobe Live, and we'll check out your suggestions, and then we'll draw one of them in the little time that we have remaining, which is about 7 minutes. Can we do it? We always barely skate through, but we can do it. We can do it. All right. Yes, congratulations to you, Cryo. And again, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. All right, so let's see here. I'm just going to quickly jump up and see if there are any other questions before we get going with the animal activity. Okay. Harry, you said you're late. Hey, no worries. You can always watch these back. Like I said at the beginning, you can always watch these back on YouTube or Behance. So we have a few ideas coming in. Let's see. A moose Christmas caroling. That's a fun one, Tina Marie. Misty says, a misfit toy writing a letter to Santa. Interesting, interesting. What would a misfit toy be, I wonder? A grasshopper posing like Lady Justice, Uma Korn says. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Would it be blindfolded, this poor grasshopper? Steven, Robin Redbreast wrapping presents, please. I don't know who that is. Annika, DJ Raccoon playing holiday music. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. We did a panda DJ pretty recently. Let's see. Christmas caroling moose, I think, is really fun. Tina Maria, have we done anything from you recently? I don't think so. Why don't we go for that one? Let's see if I can do that. I know I've drawn a moose not too long ago, but I always have trouble with them. They're sort of weird. I just can't really get the shapes right. Maybe today I'll get it. Let's see. All right, we're gonna go up this way, I think. Their ears are pretty big, aren't they? Moose ears. That's kind of doing that kind of thing like that. And then there's always the whole, okay, what are their what do their antlers do? Can never get that right. I know they're big. Kind of like that, right? Does that look about right to y'all? Let's get another, that bit of that ear poking through there. Okay. Make his nose up there. That's a weird angle for me to try and draw, isn't it? Why do I have to make it so difficult for myself? Alrighty, now let's put a turtleneck sweater on this moose. Holding a caroling book. There we go. Standing out in the snow. That looks pretty moosey, I think. Yeah. But I think their horns come out straighter, like, don't they kind of come out more level? More sort of like this. This is what I always do. I kind of imagine that the shape is the way I've just drawn it here, but it's probably because I'm just thinking of Bullwinkle. Same thing I always do. I have a problem because I'm thinking about a cartoon character and not really understanding how to draw the real thing. Have room for that. Antler sticking out that side. There we go. I think it's moosey enough. That's pretty moosey. Yeah, you know, we get the idea. Looks moosey to me. All right, let's knock it back. Let's grab dark blue. And let's go for it. Here we go. What is a zibbeline? Somebody wrote zibbeline in the snow? What does that mean? Moose are known for their love of music, says Gareth. I love it. Keep them coming. I don't want to be the only one telling bad jokes here. Come on. Can't be the only one telling the terrible jokes. Oh, let's get that book the right shape there. Put a few pages on that side and one on that side. Bunch that sweater up. And now the the tricky bit. Let's get this top of the head, or rather the front of the face here, to look about right. There we go. That feels pretty good. I'm going to change the shape up here. Like I always tell you all, the sketch is a good thing to have, but you don't have to feel like you're locked in and have to follow it exactly the way you've drawn it, right? That's gonna just make it tough for you to make changes, and you want to be able to make changes, right? Sometimes, you know, if you're not trying to draw this thing in 5 minutes, you obviously can make those changes in the sketch phase, but seeing as how we're always rushing to finish here, don't have that luxury, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, let's get our boots here. Whoops. How are we doing with time? Woo! As always, cutting it close, folks. Put them in some snow. And there we have our singing moose. Let's get rid of that sketch there. Bring our elf back. And there you go, folks. What do you think? Was that a good one? What do you think? That was fun for me. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about the technical difficulties up front, but that's what happens sometimes. It's all part of the technology. We're doing our best. Hope you'll join each other. Remember to be kind, and I'll see you soon. Ciao for now.